Hello everybody, it's Jude the Exceptional Gamer here, bringing you another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies video, and today this is gonna be ranking every map so far on Black Ops 4. So these are basically the maps that we have from the start. We haven't had any DLC yet, so if you're watching it to a point where like DLC like 10 billion is out, then don't complain at me in the comments, because right now Black Ops 4 does not have any maps out for it yet DLC wise, but as of the 4 maps that we have on disc now, I'm just going to be ranking them from worst to best. So for those of you that have been wondering why I haven't uploaded for like a week, I mean, it happens at times, but you know, I've been uploading pretty consistently lately, and like, you know, I've been uploading a few times per week and stuff. But honestly, my reason is I've been playing quite a bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 lately. Oh. Alright, but seriously though, if you guys ever want videos on that and more stuff like that, then I will happily provide. Honestly, it's such a fun game. But anyway, a quick disclaimer about this list is gonna be, if you don't agree with everything I'm saying, if you don't agree with my list, then don't be a dick about it in the comments. Just comment down below what your list would be, and we can have a cool discussion about it, since that happened in my last video and it was really fun. I love seeing everyone's opinions and how they would change the list and stuff. It was just a nice discussion, and it was just a very fun topic to talk about as well. So anyways guys, let's get straight into this. So the worst map in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure we all saw this coming, I'm not saying I hate the map, but it's the worst out of these 4, it is Voyage of Despair. So this map is meant to kind of be the catalyst of the Chaos crew and the beginning of their story. And honestly, it kind of flopped in that sense. I honestly feel like the ending cutscene for that Easter egg could have been developed way more, and just the story of that map in general. Like, it was cool. I liked the little twist with Bruno at the end and the red kind of scar thing or whatever. That was cool. But the thing is, it's the Titanic. It's one of the most tragic times in history. It's a time that was just filled with heartbreak, and it was a time of despair. Literally, the clue is in the name, and I just feel like it didn't have that emotional grip that it should have. And for someone who's quite a big storyline guy, this was a huge red flag for me. The second I saw this Easter egg ending cutscene and just the Easter egg in general. The gameplay doesn't follow up either in my opinion. It just feels way too confusing, the map. All the rooms look too similar, and it can just be very tedious to get around the map. Not only is the map too confusing, but it's just too big, and considering the zombies' behaviour in Black Ops 4, where they can like track your movements before you even make them, which is ridiculous by the way. Maybe I'll do a whole nother video on that, but it just, that and the gameplay just does not mix for me at all. And that's also taking note of the fact that these confusing rooms are way too tight as well, so you can't move in them. It's too cramped, and it gets very frustrating. And let's face it, we all wanted the Easter egg boss to be like the Kraken or just some kind of huge scary ass sea monster, but instead we got this all-seeing eye, and that is why Voyage of Despair is the worst out of these maps. Up next on the list we have 9, aka IX, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, so don't think I hate this map, because I know a lot of people prefer this out of the other 4. I absolutely love this map, but compared to other maps that we've got on Black Ops 4 so far, I honestly just feel like this is not the best. Something that just kinda pained me to see was, once again, a weak storyline so far. Like, the Chaos crew, like at the end of that Easter egg, they're dead, and it just kind of feels like it was all for nothing. Obviously they're not actually like dead in real life, that's just a hallucination, but even then it still just makes the whole map feel a bit pointless. And then that just kind of makes me think, well, what's the next map gonna be then? They're just gonna wake up in the temple again, and then the zombies are gonna come? I don't know, but either way, this map shines mainly because of its gameplay. If you liked Gorod Krovi in Black Ops 3, you will most definitely like this map, because I know I absolutely loved God Pro V, and I absolutely love this map. The gameplay is so fun and engaging. It's so fun to just kill zombies and just unlocking Pack-a-Punch. It all just feels so fun to do, and it's got this nice consistent flow to it. It has an absolutely kick-ass wonder weapon as well, the Death of Orion. You can Pack-a-Punch it and it becomes even better. It's kind of like a Wonder Wolf or like a Tempest from multiplayer on Black Ops 3, where it would like you zap one of them, and then if others come close to that one that zaps, it'll like kind of zap the other ones. It's very interesting and it's a very unique weapon, and I've been wanting a weapon that's truly unique like that for a long time. Like, it's not even a gun, it's like a scorpion and you like shoot it. It's just crazy. The theme of the map is really cool as well, much like Voyage. I just feel like this one is executed better, and I'm I'm just a sucker for these kind of Greek god mythology things and these gladiator arenas, and I've been wanting to see this in zombies. Much like how Jason Blundell is a sucker for medieval castles. So I'm going to move on to the next spot now, and this is the number 2 spot. So it's just going down right now. On to the number 2 spot, we have Classified. It's been rumoured for a long time that we were going to have a 5 remaster, whether it be Zombie Chronicles 2 or just in Black Ops 4 in general, and we got it, and I love it to bits. I just think this map is just amazing. The intro is just this, it just describes the Ultimus crew perfectly. It's like this really funky, just silly intro, you know, they're messing around, just having fun killing zombies, and they're getting the job done. The colours are so nice. It's just a very special and unique type of intro, and to me I love it. It's just the colours, the groovy jazz that plays not only in the intro, but when you transition through rounds as well. The intro just really reflects and sets up the atmosphere of the map and the Ultimus crew very well, and that is why I love it so much. There's a few extra rooms in 5, which I mean Classified, which is a really nice touch, and I feel like it just makes it that bit more expansive as well. This map is absolutely just jam-packed, just story rich, and for someone like me, I can't thank Treyarch enough for that. I feel like it's good to finally see Ultimus you know, kind of alive and kicking. They're still doing well, they're still just batshit insane, and there's just so many hidden little things within Classified that we still haven't found yet. And when or if we do uncover such things, who knows what we are going to find out about Ultimus and the Pentagon and just everything else in general. I also love the way you do the mini Easter egg, which is to get the Winter's Howl, the Cold War remedy. If you guys want a guide, tell me. I love the way that is. It's like a classic Jimmy Zielinski Black Ops 1 style Easter egg, and that's great, okay? It felt so fun doing that, but it was the most tedious thing at the same time, and that was the kind of charm that them Easter eggs had. Everything in this map just has so much detail, like every single floor looks just so abandoned and ruined and wrecked, and the lab looks pretty damn scary, honestly. It's just all a very different atmosphere with every floor you go into, and I love that. I think that's a very nice touch they did. I don't know if they were going for that, but you know, in the office, you know, it doesn't feel as hectic. In the war room, it feels a lot more hectic than the office. It feels a lot more intense, and you feel a lot more vulnerable. But then when you go down into the lab, that's it. Like, you are at your most vulnerable on this map, and I just love that. It's kind of like in World War II, where on the first map, the Final Reich, I think it was called, if you were on the top, you know, everything felt fine, it was just on the street, and then when you went underground, everything was all bloody, and it was pretty freaky. I just love stuff like that in zombies maps. I think it just adds a completely new layer to the horror of it. Did that make sense? I hope that made sense, but I just love Classified. They did everything right with this map. The pig is still alive though, which is just, that's a +1 for me. And onto the final spot, the best map so far from the starter maps that are on disc for Black Ops 4 Zombies, in my opinion, is Blood of the Dead, without a doubt in my mind. I could do a whole separate video on this map. In fact, I could do that with all the maps, but this map is just something special. It is one of the best maps in zombies I think I've ever played and ever will play. It takes Mob of the Dead and it gets that feel of it, but also manages to expand on it and still have that same feeling of vulnerability and horror and just the fun gameplay and atmosphere that Mob of the Dead once gave us. We find out so many things about the storyline and just tying up a few loose ends, such as like, you know, Peter McCain kind of, it shines light on him, Broken Arrow in general and why it's called that, and also the Warden is not Stanley Ferguson. In fact, that is someone else who helps the Warden, and now my whole life just feels like a lie. This map had so much symbolism and was actually so emotionally gripping. I cried at the end, okay? Don't act like you guys didn't, because for those who just adore Edward Richtofen and are truly invested in this, I'm pretty sure you would have at least teared up, because that ending, just rip my boy Richtofen, okay? I've heard everyone just saying Deadwood Richtofen, and just what a legend. And that map just kind of depicts great sacrifices need to be made for the greater good, and Richtofen did that in order to help secure a better tomorrow. I did make a video and I was one that sided with the Scar theory and how his Scar wasn't there, but at this point I'm pretty sure he's actually dead, so I'm gonna kind of disregard that theory now. I think that's probably one of the best cutscenes for just all of zombies I think we've ever had, if not the best. It's just such a beautiful cutscene, and I really hope we keep getting more cutscenes that are just like this with the standard and just quality. It was amazing to watch. I think the only thing that really bothered me about that cutscene was kind of like how Dempsey, Nikolai and Takeo, they just don't seem to care, and it's weird because I understand why Nikolai wouldn't care, but Dempsey and Takeo, Richtofen has shown emotional, you know, empathy towards them, and he's been there for them. And they've always had this like kind of bond, and then it just drops. Like Dempsey or Takeo are like, get him out of there, you know, what's he doing? And then they just walk out, and I don't understand. Okay, that part never made sense to me, it still doesn't. But other than that, the cutscene is just great. The gameplay really follows up with this map as well. I love how during the Easter egg, it turns out that the Alcatraz kind of bird, that's Al Arlington, and it's kind of a representation that he is a free spirit. That is absolutely amazing. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said this map has symbolism. Getting the Blundergar and the Hell's Redeemer, it's just so fun. Using them is so fun. The Hell's Redeemer, I admit, does feel a little bit nerfed compared to Mob of the Dead, but it still is just very fun to use. It's nice to see back. The Blundergat also has another upgrade to it called the Magmagat. That is really fun to use as well. I think I honestly prefer it over the Vitrolic Withering, which I never thought I would ever be saying. I just think the fire effect's pretty cool, it fits the map very well, and doing the upgrade doesn't really feel tedious to me, it feels actually quite fun to do. Primis show true emotion in this map more than any other map we've had with them so far, and even then on other maps like Zetsubou no Shima and Der Eisendrache and Gorod Krovi, all the characters just show such just emotion and sadness, and that is what really helps a story go far. I think one more thing I want to mention about this map that just really stood out to me, the dynamic kind of ambient noises that you hear on that map are just phenomenal. You hear them in Mob of the Dead a lot, and it just feels like they've improved on that a lot more now, and it is so just chilling when you walk into a room and you just kind of hear some like ghost spirits, like when you pull out the shield and stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff, and that is why Blood of the Dead gets the best spot of maps so far on Black Ops 4. But anyways guys, I'm gonna leave this video here today. I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support that I got on the ranking every specialist weapon. That's on 2.7k views now, which is just huge for a channel the size of mine. I've gained like 20 plus subscribers. I'm on 181 right now, which once again for a channel the size of mine, that much growth in a week is insane. Thank you for the awesome discussions that we had in the comments. Thank you for liking the video and just everything, and all the new subscribers, to all of you guys. Welcome to the channel. I hope you stick around and enjoy the content that I produce, because there's going to be a lot more coming. I'm kinda wanting to do a Red Dead Redemption 2 funny moments video, because I've finished the game already, and I just feel like it would be good to do for a funny moments. I've got a few clips as well that could be used in funny moments. Either way, it just sounds like a good idea. Just tell me if you guys want that, if you've even made it this far. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe for more. You guys are awesome, and I will see you next time.